Welcome back to my channel. I didn't do a vlog last week because last Sunday we went cross-country schooling, so that's going to be what I will walk through today. It was very fun. We went to a place that was about 2 hours south of where Happy lives, so it was kind of close to Paso Robles if you're familiar with Northern California at all. And it was very fun. Happy ended up doing okay in the end, but in the beginning he was just a little bit fresh and didn't really understand what was going on like at all. So I have a bunch of video. Thankfully I got someone to video us, which was awesome, and I'm gonna probably just do a bunch of voiceovers of like what was going on and everything, because it was wild. Like, he didn't understand why people were running, like horses were running across the course. He didn't understand horses running through the water. He didn't understand horses running down like slopes, and he just kept getting more and more anxious and wanting to be close to Snuffy, and he was like not having it. But he eventually settled down right around the time that he got too tired for us to really do very much more. So I'm really excited to share this with you though, because I never thought I would ever get to go do something like this with Happy. I never thought that he would get to this point where he's healthy and strong enough to go cross-country schooling over cross-country fences. So I'm so excited that I get to share this with you, and I'm looking forward to us going back in the future now that he kind of has an idea of what's expected of him when we go to this kind of thing. But yeah, let me get right into the video then.
Okay, so this is the first jump we went over. We were going to follow Snuffy over it because we weren't sure if Happy would go over it by himself, but as soon as Snuffy went over it and cantered away, Happy panicked, freaked out and panicked. So this was us going over it a second time. He was totally fine with it, but it was because I think he was going towards Snuffy, and he was like, well, sure, I'm going to do that. So every time Stephanie and Snuffy basically would leave or go away from us, or we would have to go away from them, Happy would have a panic attack over it. And I was trying really hard not to get in his face and hold him, because I know that that just makes him more explosive. But I also was trying to have him not take off with me like every 3 strides, so it was difficult. So here you see tail flag, and then he's of course going to take off. So then we decide maybe let's just go ride in the arena. So you see Happy coming in hot around here, going nuts. And so I think, okay, buddy, if you're going to try to race while we're in the arena, then we're just going to walk. So I start walking him, and then he starts having another panic attack, because he did not realize that horses run through water here, and the water was right next to that arena. So that was the next thing we did. Stephanie was like, let's just go walk through the water so he understands what it is. And you can see he's like, I don't think this is a good idea, but he sees Snuffy, and so he goes in. And honestly, after he got in, he was like, oh, this is fine. And like, he kind of wanted to go back in like all the time after that, which was kind of funny. But he understood that part. He was like, this makes sense. Okay, we can walk through water. And so he was totally chill with it, which was great. But he still was not too keen on the horses running on the course and jumping and running through the water. It stressed him out. Okay, and now begins my task of getting Happy over this tiny little log. He did not want to leave Snuffy, so I was trying to ask him yes questions. So I wanted him to trot, so I was like, well, let's just trot back to Snuffy. And just built on that, hoping, not hopefully, hoping that he would chill. But you see, like, even here, it's like he's like, I just want to go right back to Snuffy. And it's like, bruh, like, we gotta do something here. So this next sequence of me fighting with him basically is just trying to get him to relax and realize that he can do his job, which is to trot and to jump around without throwing fits and without having to stop constantly, without having to like stare at every dang horse that's like cantering around the course, and without having to startle at every horse that canters through the water. And he can leave Snuffy and go do other things. And oh, it was like a lot. It was a lot to manage, but I'm really, really glad that we were able to do this because I feel like it's going to make going to horse shows a lot easier. Okay, so it might not have looked terrible, but he's just like really leaning on me, and I'm having such a hard time keeping him going. And his little fits are just hilarious in retrospect. But while I was there, I was like, oh my God, everybody's watching me. Everyone's like judging me, and my horse is being crazy. And also, my stirrups were too long, but because he was being so nuts, I didn't get a chance to like bring them up a hole like I wanted to. And oh, it's just a lot of things going through my head right now, and also just trying to manage my own panic attacks so that Happy could have space. Oh, see, horse just ran through the water. So that Happy could have space for his own panic attacks, because obviously we both can't be having a panic attack. Oh, Lord. And then you see that gray horse over there. That horse is probably, what, 5, based off of his dappling. He's acting fine. I got my nut job here, who's almost 12 this Tuesday. Can't keep it together while horses canter around behind him. Oh, I mean, honestly, he did a really good job, and he was a very good boy for a horse that has never been to a horse show and really never been off property except for trail rides, but yikes. So this is where things started to get a little bit better for him, and he started to focus a little more. This blowing out my outside is kind of our normal situation at home because I'm not the best still about my outside range. So like that I was like annoyed with, but at the same time I was like, okay, I can kind of deal with this. As long as he's not doing the head flinging and throwing his legs and all of that, then I can push him through this. And so I think he finally started to get, oh, okay, I guess if I just jump over this and canter, then that's all that's being asked of me, and I don't need to go nuts. So he started to get better as we worked through all of what you just watched. So after we finally conquered that little log, we came over to this small combination. It was downhill going this way, this little like embedded log, and then just a small little log over here. And at this point, Happy was really tired, so getting him to canter here was a real task. But he was really good, and I'm happy with how he ended up and how he settled and really did this line really nicely. So yeah, I can't wait to go out and do it again, but yeah, not anytime soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so happy to share this with you and share our journeys with everybody. I hope you enjoyed our vlog.